to write a GPT prompt in the wrong way, this is how you should decide your prompt in 5 simple steps. So what we're going to learn here is the basic of prompt engineering skill. This is actually the art of writing prompt to get the response that is relevant without looking at it as if it's an AI generated response. So hello, I'm Kayana, a certified prompt engineering basic and digital marketer specialized in social media and copywriting. So why prompt engineering matters and why is crafting a good prompt is essential for your digital marketing strategy, especially during this AI era. It helps you to lead a better result. Structured prompt. A well-structured prompt helps you to gain the desired result just like what you have imagined before when crafting a prompt. And you don't have to be a tech genius here to craft a good prompt. You just only need to learn the basic structure of the prompt that we'll discuss it later. So let's begin with the first structure of the prompt. That is the contextual understanding. So in the first part, you have to define what your situation now, like your condition now, and your problems you might have. Just take a look at this example here. So in this example, I want to craft a content draft that discuss about the benefits of learning Python for 5-year-old kids. So I here start with my profile explanation, that describes a brief overview of my profile, who am I, and what is my occupancy like. Here you can see I'm a private Python tutor with 5 years of experience teaching beginners and intermediate students. So basically, this is the contextual understanding in which you convey to your GPT about your situation now. And then in the following section, you have to define your goal. So let's say I want to focus on growing my presence, my online presence through my social media content and leverage my personal branding. Kinda you tell GPT, so this is my goal and this is where I'm now, my current situation now. Moving forward to the next part, which is the exemplar or examples. So in this section, you may provide several or a real example of the desired results and how they should respond to your prompt. So in this example here, I state that the post should look like this. The first slide should be a hook and with this ABC element, and then in the following slide, I want to describe the mistake fix and short tip about the topic to be discussed on this content, and then it should be ended up with a clear call to action. So through this section, I tell GPT the example of how it should be in each section here. So in the following section, you might have ever heard the persona, in which through this part, you assign your AI model to be someone else that you think it's your role model or someone that you believe that this person is someone who is expert in for this task on this task. You can see here in my example, I ordered GPT to be a seasoned music education content strategist who understands both music pedagogy and Instagram content performance. It should be the ideal role to perform the task that I will assign to the GPT in the following section. Subsequently, we can go to the core of the prompt, which is the intent or the main task that you want GPT to accomplish. So in this section, you have to tell GPT about what they should do there after describing your situation now, your current situation, your problems, and what specific goals you want to achieve through this prompting process. And then the persona, you assign GPT to be someone else. And now this is the main part that you state GPT what they should do with prompt. And remember, it must be detailed, So take a look at this example here. I asked my GPT to help me in writing a content draft for my carousel post. And the draft that they will craft should comply with all these requirements, okay? And it should be followed by the format description. This part addresses how the response should be, like in a paragraph format or a point list format. And eventually it should be ended up with the tone. So in this section, we try throwing in the human aspect of their responses, which is emotion. Like should they respond in a casual way, in a casual format, or in a formal and polite tone? It completely depends on your needs and situation. And then the last part, but powerful and can be useful for you if you want to generate more specific and comprehensive responses, and more accurate answers based on your specific task, you can add some additional questions. It's a kind of like you ask your GPT to provide feedback questions based on the task they just got. So in this part, you ask GPT to provide some additional feedbacks they require to generate the questions to be asked here should be based on the provided response that they'll give it to you. So in the example here, I ask GPT to provide some additional questions so that it can provide better response for my queries. Anyway, I've developed Clarion GPT, a customized GPT dedicated for social media, copywriting, and your digital marketing strategy. It has been trained with the latest trend of marketing, with the basic copywriting, and even with the basic data analytics skills to help you analyze your digital marketing performance strategy. And it employs the more humanized language in their response. So just click the link in the description box below to access Clarion GPT now.